I had 72 hours to make a game where everything is a weapon. The thing is, I don't know how to code, and I've never done a game jam before. But I did it anyway. Here's how I did it. The game jam I joined is called Mini Jam. I joined because it was a small and simple one. You get a theme and a limitation. The theme is not mandatory, but the limitation is. Then you have to make a game from scratch in 72 hours. That's easy, right? So I prepared a master plan to win. First, do the game. Alright, let's do this. When the limitation dropped, I already had an idea. If everything is a weapon, you could take anything, put it in a forge to make a weapon out of it. So the main gameplay would be a customer comes in with an item, you put the item in the forge to make an ingot, you interact with the anvil to make the weapon with a custom skin, then you go to the grinding stone to polish it. Then give the item back to the customer. Day 1. As soon as I woke up, I created a project and setting it up as much as I can while following some video guide about Godot. I made my character move, then upload a random tile map that I'm gonna change later just to have a feel for the game. And yeah, it was going good. Since I am heavily lacking in the art department, I created these 16 by 16 colored blocks to represent each main mechanic of the game. The forge, grinding stone, anvil, ingot, table. Before trying to code the mechanic of the game, I really wanted to see if I could make some art. And after wasting 1 whole hour of my precious time on this, yeah, 1 hour for this, I knew I had to work a lot faster because I'm not gonna make it. After putting it in Godot, I changed the color real quick because it just felt wrong with the gray tone. After creating almost every main thing for the game, I put them all in my project and put a hitbox on them. At this point, it's going swimmingly, close to no problem at all. So I created the code for the logic behind picking up an item. I'm not gonna go too much in detail about the code because I'm new to this and I don't think I could explain it well enough for it to make sense. So, in simple terms, when the hitbox of my character enters the hitbox of the item will go to my hand. That sounds so simple, and yet sometimes the ingot isn't going to my hand when I'm interacting with it. And honestly, I was really close to killing myself, so the hours went on. More coding, and now enough art to test the full loop of the core gameplay of the game. The client dropped an item, now it's a heated ingot, now it's a sword, now it's a polished sword. And after 16 hours of coding, the day 1 is over. Day 2. The whole day was quite simple. Make new item, code the logic between them, and add the quick time event for each minigame. The compressor, the anvil one, the forge, which is just a waiting period, and the grinding stone, to polish the sword. I cannot tell you how hard these minigame was to make, and make them work together, but all of the minigame combined took me around 9 hours. The next step was to add the customer. Customer comes in with a random request, and drop an item on the table. Then goes away when you give them their desired weapon. And after 13 hours of coding, day 2 is over. I started the last day by polishing as much of the minigame as I could while adding a score counter. Now each successful minigame gives you point. 8 hours left. Adding as much new weapon as I could, fixing new bug and adding a patient circle beside the customer. 4 hours left and I am missing a tutorial and a death score screen. The patient circle took so long to fix, I didn't even know if I could finish the game. At 3 hours left, I added a scaling difficulty. The more you complete customers' task, the less patience they have and the faster the minigame gets. The last hour was fixing small bugs that I had and make a death screen. No hours left. A death screen that doesn't work and no tutorial. And that's it. That's the game. After 41 hours of coding in 3 days, I uploaded my game to itch.io at 11:55. I had a massive bug, No tutorial, no guide, and I couldn't do anything about it. Honestly, I was too ambitious for my first game jam, because I genuinely think my idea was really strong. With a proper tutorial, maybe it could have done really well. But for this time, I'll settle for 27th out of 46. I tried building everything instead of building something small and solid. But I finished, and that's something to be proud of. Not everything will go as planned in life. And I learned something. It's better to make a finished bad game than an unfinished amazing one. Thanks for watching.